Hello everyone, it is I, Mark Major, and we are here at the Action Figure Atorium. Yes, that's right, it's an actual place. You could visit it. You would have to line something up ahead of time, but it could be visited. So, some of you know that I like to cover toy industry talk. I also like to cover indie toy companies. I like to cover startups, and I like to cover crowdfunds, Kickstarters, all that kind of stuff. A lot of those kind of videos on this channel. I'm an old school marketing guy, and so I love to do these kind of, marketing takes on stuff, do something a little different than what the other people do, which is, kind of other people tend to focus on like, the joints and the, makeup of the toys and things like that. I like to see how people come up with their schemes for how they're going to price stuff, what they're going to include, their designs overall. And today is going to be something sort of piggybacking onto that whole idea. We're going to be looking, and just probably briefly, I don't think this is any kind of a deep dive, and there really aren't any deep dives on the channel, but we're going to be looking at this Airwolf 1/18th scale print-on-demand helicopter that was crowdfunded a couple years ago, that has announced it's closing its doors and will not be fulfilling or delivering on a lot of promises. They did, however, ship out the unassembled kit to backers. We're going to talk about that as well, including the quality of it. But basically, we want to figure out if this guy purposely came out to scam people, or if he's just terrible at producing a product. So, everybody, let's all strap on the leather. Hold on tight. So let's cut over to the desktop here, and we're at Kickstarter. You should go check out the Kickstarter page. If I can remember to, I will leave a link to it in the description. Might forget by the time this video is posted. Just remind me and I'll go dig it up for you if you can't find it yourself. I think you could find it yourself. So basically, the guy came out, it's called Mars Industries. I don't know his real name, but he came up with this idea that he was going to do a kind of a print-on-demand kit of this Airwolf helicopter. And there would be essentially two options. You could pay $250 and you get the kit and you build it yourself, or $450 and he builds it for you and ships it assembled or mostly assembled. I would assume that there would always be a few extra parts like the rotisserie, as it were, that you could put on. So what happened was, did fulfill on the unassembled kits, okay? And I found a couple of videos where people built those kits. They did not look good. There are two vids that I can definitely post links to. The Kessel Run collecting one hopefully is well known by now. It's this guy gets the kit and he does his best to build it. It's called polishing a turd. I think there's 4 different parts to this. And some of the things that he noticed was that they would use the wrong type of material for the specific part, that they would use filament when they should have used resin, maybe resin when they should have used filament. Also that the pieces were unfinished and sticky. They hadn't been cured properly. Also that they didn't fit together. Also that there was these holes that come with it for you to put little magnets in so you can attach the thing together. That all those holes were the wrong size and they had to be retrofitted. Also that that a lot of the pieces that didn't go together sometimes came broken and he had to retrofit or add parts. Also, there's a unique phenomenon where there's some liquid resin that got actually trapped inside of a piece that's enclosed, and it didn't cure and it's still liquid resin. In fact, there is another video I recommend, and we can always drop a link to this one too, It's by YT, or Whitey, I believe, as he likes to be known, but it's, you know, Y.T. And his is his experience building the kit. And I just want to show you guys this video that he has at the 1346 mark, where he takes a drill and he drills into the helicopter. You have to see this. This is pretty wild.
Provided here that this is gray resin, not clear resin, that was encapsulated in these parts. So unless I have a way to teleport gray resin inside of these encapsulated parts, it's pretty easy to see what happened here, that their parts were not properly vented and an encapsulated printing resin during the process. Mars Industry.
Okay, so that's actually, look, it's actually bleeding resin, this toy. So if you bought this toy, one of the features is that it will bleed, and it will bleed plastic blood. You're seeing an action figure toy bleeding plastic blood, people. This is pretty wild that exists. I mean, is anyone else just like mind blown by that you could just charge people money and then ship them that? A couple days ago, this guy, Mars Industries, again, don't know a real name, kind of don't care, doesn't matter to me. I'm sure it matters to some people that gave money, though. Closing doors and saying goodbye. So Mars Industries is insolvent as of today and is closing its doors forever. For my part in failure, I am deeply regretful and apologize to everyone involved. See, you just say you're sorry, it's cool. I'm closing it all down and will not answer nor respond to anything related to Airwolf any longer. What about Airwolf? Well, what about money? Comment how you will, blast my inbox, throw me to the wolves on every social media platform, 3 or 4 dots. It's already all long been done before, and I care not. I've sacrificed my family health and sanity over this project, and I'm done. Thank you and best wishes to you all. Okay, so this guy says he is closing the doors. People have pointed out in the comments that there could be class action suit. They want refunds. They at least want pieces to the model kit that he did send to work, and to send replacement parts, that kind of thing. One of the things that you will notice in those 2 videos is that after they get their kits, they continue to get emails saying that they're going to get replacement parts, and the replacement parts take a long time, and they're really not that good. They're really not replacing anything. He took off with $70,000, did ship some people their kits. The kit is like do-it-yourself Air Edition is $225, with shipping is probably $250. He did sell 69 of these. I wonder if he shipped 69 out. Everyone else who paid for, well, 3 people bought 2 of them. For anybody $350 who paid for a fully assembled one, I might have said $450 earlier, it's $350. These 11 people did not get theirs. The Masterpiece Edition, 50 people bought that at $550. So there's a lot of people here who are into this thing for $350 and above who got 0. The people who paid the least amount of money got something, and these guys were able to actually make the kit work. The one guy built the whole thing and painted it and actually checked it out compared to some of his other helicopters. Thought this is kind of cool. He just sort of showed some other, you know, like those G.I. Joe stuff and Chatmai stuff and, you know, all that kind of Elite Force, those sort of cheaper ones. He puts it against these at the end. I don't know, the Airwolf looks pretty cool. You can actually make it work. So if you paid $225 plus the shipping for this thing and you actually got it, and you can make something out of it, well, good on you. You actually got something. Everyone else got screwed. So the main question then is, did this guy purposely come out and scam people, or is he just terrible at making a product delivering a product, having a product, customer satisfaction, all that kind of thing. And he just gave up and he walked. I think the second is the case. I don't think if you're going to scam somebody that you would bother replying to emails in the beginning, that you would actually ship anything at all, because I mean the kits he did ship, he looks like he and maybe a friend printed them themselves and put them into boxes. Also, where did the original files come from? Is this something he found online and thought that he could have a go at it? And you know, did he design this himself in 3D printed software? If so, maybe he should do his 10,000 hours. Like, you would want to have to be basically already making these for people and have it totally dialed in and selling them off one at a time on eBay, and have at least a year of experience kicking them out, fulfilling orders, getting them to people on eBay before you launch a Kickstarter, right? Before you do that. And really, if you are going to launch a Kickstarter, you're going to have to like ask for money so as to get some means of production things going. Like, do you need bigger, better, faster printers? Do you need material, better material? Do you need, I'm trying to think of all the stuff that you'd want to have on hand, first of all. Or else maybe this is the kind of thing that you think that you could maybe afford a mold so that you could actually have these, you know, mass produced correctly the way you should. And it probably wouldn't be, you know, 35,000 bucks. You probably need to make, bring in $90,000 to have a mold this scale made. So this guy looks like he was totally overwhelmed. He was not prepared for any of this, despite being probably a salesman who went on some other people's shows and talked about it. Probably went around hyping it. For me, there's a bit of a red flag on this center graphic here. It just looks like something you would spend zero time in Photoshop whipping up together. If I was going to be selling this, I would want to, of course, all my stuff, make it look really, really cool. And of course, you know, video, etc., well produced, put together, shot, edited, voiceovered, music, all that, you know, hype it up. So I really think that there's a huge red flag, and that this is a guy who's delusional and thinking that he's some sort of a toy manufacturer, Mars Industries. He's clearly not, and that he's competent at making a product. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What should happen to this individual? Should they go to Kickstarter jail? And should there be a Kickstarter jail, I guess, is the real question. Anyways, everybody, you know, stay charged.